Right, identity. The identity, correct. You're in the vision is something that's way out there. This is the kind of life you want to live. Right. So you build towards that vision. Right. And one of the things you build is you first identify who you are. Right. To get towards that vision and that pathway towards your vision, people start to know you, and now now that your brand gets known.
All right. So say you have all that in order. Mm-hmm. So digital or print advertising?
It's always going to be depending. Well, it's going to be depending on what it is you're trying to sell. Okay. And your purpose which is the strategy for, that's going to define the strategy. What's your purpose for advertising? Why would you advertise? So if you're going to do print, a lot of times it's going to be just to identify the brand to people who never heard of you. Right. Right. So Toyota is one of the sponsors of the NFL. Anytime I watch an NFL something that says Toyota. I'm not in the market for a Toyota car. I don't care. I don't know if I ever own a Toyota. In any case, what they're doing, they're advertising and promoting just to get that brand name in your head.
Brand recognition.
That's it. Brand recognition. That's it. So if you're going to do a print ad, if there's a call to action, so then the ad on the NFL does not have a call to action. It doesn't say, hey, come to our dealership at Marietta Street. Right. It doesn't say that. There's no call to action. Right. It just says Toyota. So when you do a print ad, if there's no call to action, then you're just getting the identity out.
Right. Okay.
So people start recognizing the brand.
Right. Toyota. They think car, I think Toyota.
That's right. Now, if there's a call to action in that print ad, then it might say, your local Toyota dealership has this for you when you stop by. Right. Bring us this magazine and you get a free test drive.
So, to equate it to an art business, so like for example, using my business.
Right. So now we're gonna use a real example when it comes to artists.
So let's say I did a Master Burn Studio book, which I'm actually beginning to work on now. Mm-hmm. So if I do advertisements for that, I can do an advertisement for brand recognition, or I can go in and promote just for that product to sell that. Now, if I have that product, I might want to put a call to action.
Correct.
Limited quantity, buy now, something like that, versus saying, hey, Master Burn Studios, come check out some awesome artwork.
Or just say, right. One would be, hey, we're Master Burn Studios, and then is you with one of your crazy pictures with chewing on a paintbrush.
Paintbrush.
Right. That's it. Master Burn Studios. Right. It makes people think, like, who the hell is that, and why is that here? Right. Or there could be a call to action
for a particular product.
In which you would not necessarily need to have Master Burn Studios put on there. Who cares who Master Burn Studios is? Because we want to sell this book.
The book. So the book title and stuff is going to be probably more paramount. As
the emotion.
Produced by Master Burn Studios, but the product should be the main focus of that ad.
The product and the emotion that you want to elicit from people who are watching this and are engaging in this. Right. Because forget who you are, right? There's there's one other Miles Davis that exists in people's consciousness, right? And so let's not even get people mixed into who that other person is, or is it this one or that one? It's about the emotion and feeling. So let's say you do a book on the series on spirituality versus religion, which in case now you need an emotion to draw people in, say, I'll buy that book. Right. Right. Okay. And so now your call to action ad is going to be more, if it was print, it'd be like, spirituality versus religion, or science versus religion, right, science versus spirituality, or something like that. You would use some words that evoke an emotion out of a person, right, and makes them take a stand,
have them pick sides.
That's correct.
Like politics.
Correct.
I follow what you're saying.
That's right. And then now the emotion, like, you know what, I need to see that, right. And so the call to action would be like, order your book at masterburnstudios.com, right. Or maybe just the title, that would be the .com. The title of the book would be the .com. Right. Forget who Master Burn Studios is. Right. We want to sell this product. Right. So you have to, number one, hit them with an emotion. Number two, pull them into the call to action and make it one click.
Right. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the lesser clicks, the better.
So it might be a funnel page. And it might be a domain name that has nothing to do with Master Burn, because that's not the point. The point is the sale. Right. So now that you have a call to action, it's better to do the social media ad, because when you create the social media ad, you can break down to the kind of person that you're looking for.
Yep.
Where they live, the Bible Belt versus a big
you can fine tune your audience.
Right.
Is what you're saying.
Yeah, you want people in this kind of income.
Right.
You want people with this kind of education. You want people who have iPhones versus iPads or versus Androids.
Right.
Let me tell you, there's a lot of data out there already on you. As soon as you use a device, any device, as soon as you bring a device in your house, and now with smart TVs, there's a device in your house that's bringing in data into that is being sold and analyzed to know who you are.
Right.
So when you pay for a targeted ad, they are actually know when to find you and who to look for you. So all those ads that you see on Facebook or any social media or anywhere else, they're going to be targeted to you, and they know who you are, and then that's what you're paying for, and that's worth a lot more, because now you're going to get the type of results, meaning selling the book.
And you can see the results
digitally.
digitally.
They'll buy the book, and now you'll know your marketing is working.
Right. You sound you out of breath, man. Yeah.
It's not easy.
Guru. Oh, I know
it's not easy. This is
why
I'm trying to outline as much as possible, because it's complicated.
It's a long conversation for sure. There's a whole group of people that I know that work in services now in the corporate world. All they do is social media platform marketing.
Yeah.
That is their entire job. It's just the world we live in these days.
Yes, it is. And earlier you mentioned behind it before we did this episode, you were talking about how an agent worked before, and what an agent did, and how the marketing world it was before. And I say to you, yes, it has changed. It is not the same job or responsibility for the particular title of 20 years ago to the one who's doing that now.
Right.
Because the internet has really flattened things out really hard.
Right.
So now, before, when you had, and you got to take this way back. This has been an evolution when it comes to marketing. So you had the Sears catalog.
Yep.
You had the newspapers, right? That was what was available. Go way back before that, and it was a proclamation. Just some dude walking around the town square
right.
talking about this is what the king has said.
Right.
Those were the news.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So then, as time goes on, and you want the latest and greatest, you need a Sears catalog. Woodward catalog or whatever the name of that company was. I forget if I said it right. And then as time goes on, then you have the newspapers. As time goes on, you have and of course, let's not forget flyers and brochures, but they're somewhere in there in history. Then radio hits, right? So the things that worked before are not working now. Then black and white television hits.
Oh, yeah.
So now somebody who's getting all their sales through radio is going to see a decline once the television hits.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And so now it's like, why do I have to sponsor the Lucy show when radio was working so well for us? Because things have changed, and the responsibilities and the results keep changing.
The accessibility to the audience
Of course, that's right. Yep. And then color TV comes on. So now you can't wear the solid color because it looks fine. Now they can see that every episode, the color of the shirt changes because it's color TV. Right now, with HD TV, now we can see all the wrinkles and stuff of every person.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So then, as things progress, you're gonna have to adjust your marketing. That's why the end goal is the same. We need to run that 5K.
Right.
But how we're gonna prepare for it? What route we're gonna take? Which 5K? Because I'm not running up and down hills.
Right. That's going to be adjustable.
As you want to correct. That's the strategy, and you adjust those things to keep on working. And whatever has worked last year is not going to work next year. And whatever the message that hits people and draws them in is not going to be the same thing, because the things are always constantly changing.